Yo guys, I'm HP. This is Dr. Pink. Today's topic is a fast classic rock guitar riff. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Community with a premium member account in order to support the work which me and Dr. Pink are doing for you guys. So, what are we talking about today? I'll show you. Oh yeah! And so on. This riff is, honestly, it's from a band called Airbourne, and the song is called When I Drink I Go Crazy, but it really represents this kind of classic rock style with, you know, this really fast one, and I found that riff really cool. So the title could also be When I Drink I Go Crazy, Airbourne, the riff, but it's we're going to really figure out how this stuff is played and what you want to pull out from this technique. The first thing is, which we need to know, this is the sound settings. If you want to get this really classic Les Paulish classic rock chords, these are the three ones which are played, and these are the three ones which in a lot of cases define classic rock guitar chords or riff. This is A5, G5 and D5. Now first you need a really cool distortion. In this case I've selected the Marshall orange amp setting, 4x12 cabinet, and just ring reverb, and that's it. You could also turn off the reverb totally, and then you have this classic rock sound. Okay, now when you play the A5 is really easy to grab here. You just, you know, second fret, G5 here, third fret, D5 here, third fret, second fret. I'm gonna show you in detail afterwards, but the main thing is you need to learn to grab these chords and you just whoosh, pull through the guitar that the chord starts to bite. You know, I call this, then the chord starts to bite, and also your Les Paul starts to bite. By the way, for those who think this is a cheap Epiphone, this is a Epiphone Elitist, which is basically a Les Paul Studio, a Gibson Les Paul Studio. Dr. Pink ain't cheap. And I got it from Gibson back in these days when I was a Gibson instructor, and that was really cool. And you know, anyhow, A5, you just pull through, so you need to grab the chord correctly, damp everything properly, and then you just whoosh, go through. G5 the same. You just go through the strings and really with one movement there. And D5 the same. You need to really damp all strings which are not needed. So first exercise, before you even start with this riff, which is, I mean, it's easy to play, but you need to figure out the details. You should be able to play those chords, just push them through. And the best thing is to do so, or to practice it, just sit there in your studio, and as I do now, and just play these chords. And listen how the overtones are coming. See, now the overtones are coming. I was not even on full distortion. Now going full distortion. See, now the overtones are coming. And that's a really essential part to get that classic rock guitar sound. And now we're going to check out the riff. So how are the chords grabbed that only the strings sound, which should sound? When you play the A5, index finger here, with the thumb, you damp the low E string and you hold the chord in a way that the B string is damped, and then you can really pull through. Okay? G5, the same. This finger is damping the A string, and the ring finger is damping the E string, the high E string, then you just pull through. And on the D5, here the middle finger is damping the high E string, and the thumb is damping the low E string. And then you can really again go through the strings, and that's really extremely important to get this classic rock sound. Now the riff is quite simple. So if you don't do the proper damping technique, it will not work. I mean, you play, because we are on 160 BPM, you have to play with alternate picking. So you make 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the G5 comes on the 4 and with the upstroke. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And the D5 also comes on the upstroke, and you really need to damp properly. And now it was slow. Let's do it in the original tempo. And let's also figure out, let me quickly zoom a little bit out, that you see also the picking hand, because that's the movement is really important. See, so you just switch it through to be really precise on timing. So the work, that's why I was so precise on the chords at the beginning. If you don't do the proper damping technique, you will not be able to play this the way it should be, even you probably know these chords. After 3 times the figure goes. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and then it starts over again. There's a second part, and where you play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, where you just play these chords short, but that's basically just a variation of the whole thing. I'm gonna quickly play the whole thing. So the first part is played twice, and then we make the stops. And so on. That's basically how this thing is played. It seems to be like it's not much to do, but I can tell. I repeat myself. That's why I really explained the chords so well, because you really need to grab them correctly. Otherwise, you cannot play this thing with high distortion, because you get a lot of. You get too many notes which sound which should not sound. When it comes to soloing, I will make a more extended tutorial about this, but on 160 BPM, one thing which I recommend is do repeating patterns, double stops, any type of that stuff. Something like this. Yo guys, that was the fast classic rock guitar riff. I hope you enjoyed it. I know a few of you guys probably thought at the beginning of, well, what is this guy talking? I know these 3 chords, I can play this, but as I said, if you really want to play this properly in a way it should be, then that's the way to do it. Otherwise it will not sound the way it should. One additional information, I had this little discussion the other day in a musicians forum. If you want to go for the original sound, as I said, Airbourne, when I drink I go crazy, or when I'm drunk I'm crazy, or something, that's the title. Then you have to tune down your guitar 8 Hertz. Then the A is not on 440 Hertz, it's on 432 Hertz. And all strings go a little bit lower, and then you have this original classic rock AC/DC sound, which these guys probably wanted, because the early recordings of AC/DC were that the guitars were tuned too low, a bit. And I guess it was done on purpose, who knows, but if you really want to have the classic rock sound, then you have to tune the guitars a little bit down. Maybe it's only 7 Hertz or maybe 9 Hertz down. You have to figure out. One more to say. If you love the work which me and Dr. Pink are doing for the guitar community, please subscribe to the channel. Please share the information that me and Dr. Pink are existent to the guitar world, and also please support us with a premium membership in our academy, link in the description box below. See you guys.